Hi guys, picking out books here. I was thinking I'm going to do sort of a wrap up, talking about the books I've read lately. So let's get started. Yeah, my dog is here. You want to say hi? Go Spiky. Spiky. Come. Here he is. My little spiky boy. Yes. Go sleep. Like I say. So I can start with a poetry collection, a small poetry collection, written by the mighty Matt Wall, also known as Paperback Junkie. He actually got me to pick up my Kindle again. I think it's the first time in a year or so. His collection is called Everyone I Used to Know Is Dead, wasn't it? Oh, I guess sure. All My Friends Are Dead. I thought I was going to read the shortest poem in the collection. Literature is dangerous. I got a paper cut on my thumb reading Hemingway. Fuck that guy. So, as you can understand by the title and that short poem, it's a different. It has both humor and sadness and everything in between, really. It's quite beautiful in places. I know he loves his Bukowski, and you can see he loves his Bukowski, but because in a way the poems are quite like Bukowski in the way that they're quite straightforward, not that much beautiful flowering language or something or things like that, but it's nice. I enjoyed it. It's a really short read, maybe 10-15 minutes, but I liked it. Thanks, Paperback. And over to something completely different. George Pecolino's The Way Home. This is a crime book, or is it really? To me it was more like a story about a kid growing up. He's a white kid who gets into some problems. His name is Chris. He has good father, good mother, but he gets into some issues, ends up in a juvenile facility, and meets up with a lot of. Yeah, he's the only white guy in juvenile facility, so he meets up with a lot of people of other colors and gets friends there. When he gets out, he actually tries to get his act together, and things from the past just catches up with him. So it wasn't a bad book, but it was really slow. It was not a action-packed crime book at all. It's George Pecolino's is known because he wrote some of The Wire, and I guess The Wire can be pretty slow too, so it might fit. But I enjoyed it, but I was hoping to enjoy it more. Then another crime book, Ed McBain, Cop Hater, the first book in the 87th Precinct series. I tried that book because I got it recommended by a few people. Paperback Jerky is one of them, and I had never read any old crime books like that, so I thought, why not? And I wanted to start at the beginning, so I ordered it from a library in Norway. One library in Norway had that book. Nobody has the second book, sadly, so I don't know how I'm going to get a hold of that. Maybe buy it on. I see Amazon has it, so it's not impossible, but the shipping to Norway can be quite hard. But and it too was slower than I expected. It's a short book, 170 pages, but the language was more flowery and beautiful in places than I would have expected from a crime book from the 50s. I can read some of the start. It starts with, in many ways, it's a story about a city. So it starts about writing about the city, From the river bounding the city on the north, you saw only the magnificent skyline. You stared up at it in something like awe, and sometimes you caught your breath because the view was one of majestic splendor. The clear silhouettes of the buildings slashed at the sky, devouring the blue, flat plains and long plains, rough rectangles and needle-sharp spires, minarets and peaks, patterns upon pattern, laid in geometric unity against the wash of blue and white which was the sky. Not really the language you expect in a 50s cop novel, is it? But it's really nice, and the story is good. It's a story about someone starts to shoot police officers, and you follow the detectives trying to figure it out. It's the first so-called police procedural, so you really get to follow how the police actually does their business. It's quite funny to now you know about DNA and stuff when you read about the technicalities of police work in the 50s. It's nothing like today, so I enjoyed it. I look forward to read more Ed McQueen. I have some old other books by him, so. Then to something completely different. It's also a Kindle book, but I love the cover so much that I had to show you in color, if it's possible. Maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. It's called Every Time We Meet at the Dairy Queen, Your Whole Fucking Face Explodes by Carlton Melick III. It's one of the cutest books I've read in a long time. It's a really sweet love story. The only little difference is that the love interest, the young girl, explodes when she is getting too excited. So on the first stage, her face explodes. And I don't want to tell you too much more because it will ruin the story. But it's really sweet, and it's really gory, and it has all eyes falling out and blood everywhere and sweet kisses, and it's just a very enjoyable weird book. It's a very short read. I think I read it in a little bit over an hour, but I would really recommend it. It's not expensive on Amazon, and you will read something I'm sure you haven't read before. So that's that one. Then I come to a comic book, Old Man Logan, Wolverine. I'm not that into comic books. I've read the Buffy season 8 and I like that, but then I'm a huge Buffy fan, so I usually like almost everything that has to do with Buffy. And I've tried something else. I tried Sandman, it was okay. I know everybody loves that, but I thought it was just okay. I tried some Batman. Okay. So I think the problem for me is I'm not that good at reading comic books. I just read the words, and I don't give enough. I know the story is visual, so I should use more time on the visual, but I'm not good at it. So maybe that's the reason I don't really get into them. I mean, Old Man Logan is nice, and I love the Wolverine character in the films. It takes place after all the heroes has lost. Wolverine survived, but he has stopped being a hero. He just wants to live his life as good as he can in a sort of wasteland governed by the criminals. But of course something happens and things change. But I said I can't seem to get into it in the way I would like to. So maybe I just have to try harder. I have to read more just to get into it, or maybe comics just isn't for me. And that's what I've been reading lately. And I have listened to a couple of audiobooks. I listened to Don Winslow, The Force. That was really cool. It's if you've seen The Shield, the TV series, it's in a way Shield um, just in book form. It's about a bunch of police officers that are well known to be good at catching criminals, but they are going down a lingering slope to becoming criminals themselves, really. Very corrupt, and every time they try to fix things, they just goes deeper into the shit, really. So it was really enjoyable, action-packed, exciting. Nothing I will, nothing life-changing or beautiful language or something like that, but it was nice. I liked it. And I just listened to a book called Størst av alt by Malin Giolito Persson. Let's see what it's going to be called in English. 1 second. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And I don't edit, so bad for you. I know it's out in English soon, so let me see. Quicksand, this name is going to have in English. It's sold in Norway as a grown-up crime book, but to be honest, I would say it's more of a youth book, young adult crime book. It's about a girl who, in the beginning of the book, it has been a school shooting in her classroom, and her boyfriend did it, and maybe she was a part of it, but we don't know. And then you slowly go through the story of how this happened, and of course you find out if she was a part of it or not. The language was really simple, very YA kind of, but it's not a bad story. It's just a bit on the simpler side. Okay as an audiobook, but nothing I would have wasted 10 hours reading. I guess that's that, really. I listened to Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow on audiobook too, and I've started reading it in book form because I liked it so much. So hopefully I will make a whole video about that or something. But this is running a little long, so I think we just stop it here. And now you have met my dog too. That's nice. His name is Spike, if I didn't make it clear. After Spike and Buffy, as I said, big Buffy fan. I have the scythe. So yeah, but that's that. See you later, folks. Bye.